Hi, it's Diana, the Cake Biz Coach. It's Wednesday, the 13th of March, and it's day one of Cake Biz Success, the free 4-day online course to help you with your cake business. Doesn't matter whether you've started your cake business or you've been doing it for a while. What I hope to do is to take you on your way. I was really excited about tonight. I've been buzzing about it for days. But unfortunately, Auntie Facebook and Uncle Instagram have decided to break. Absolutely no idea why this has happened, but I'm not going to waste a minute of your time or my time. So I thought I'd record this and put it in the group so you can catch up. Hopefully, because I'm in quite a boring background, I'm not in my office. The lighting isn't that brilliant, so you don't have to look at me. Just plug it into your ears tomorrow whilst you're baking and treat it as a podcast. But just listening. Right. I'm committing to these 4 days. It's free. I'm giving up my time. I've had a busy week. I've been mentoring. I've been to Manchester and I've been to Stoke. I've spent some time with my 2-week-old baby grandson today, having a bit of a cuddle, helping my daughter, his mum out. So time is short, but I said a long time ago I was going to do this free online course, so I do keep my promises. So here it is. I'm committed to this. Please, if you want to succeed, and if you want to take your cake business to the success it deserves, please tune in on the 4 nights. That's Wednesday night, Thursday the 14th of March. Hopefully Facebook will be working. We're having a bit of a miss on Friday night. It is Children in Need night, and I'm hoping that you'll catch up if you've missed any of the lives or any of the tasks or challenges that I'm going to set you, because these tasks and challenges need a bit of a carrot, so I'm setting some prizes. Oh yeah, by the way, I am going to announce the big prize tomorrow night. I've already put the daily competition post in the group. There is going to be a draw each day, and somebody is going to win a one-to-one personal cake business mentoring session with me, over Skype, Zoom, Facebook Messenger. I'm going to take a look at your business. I'm going to drill down into it as much as I can. Beforehand, I'll spend a bit of time looking at you, and I'll be able to give you a few tweaks, suggestions for your journey. I've done quite a few already with the questionnaire competition, and I've met some really nice people from around the UK, Ireland and France. So please keep on sharing this group and get people to join in. All the details are in the post on how to win that. But tomorrow night, you've got to tune in tomorrow night, because it's mad. It's absolutely mad what I'm giving away tomorrow night, and it's no use badgering me or messaging me as to what it is, but I just want to finalise the details on the big competition tomorrow night. So I've got some notes in front of me. So I'm not going to be able to change your mindset about your cake business in this quick course. I'm going to try and give you a few nuggets that will make you change your mindset about your cake business. I fell out of love with my cake business, and it took me a long time to climb out of that hole with my cake business and to love it again. So if you haven't started your cake business, let's make sure you don't kill that love for it off on your journey. And if you have been running it for a while, if you have fallen out of love, let's try and get back in love with it. So yeah, I've done that. I'm sorry, I've got my notes in front of me. What I'm going to do throughout the 4 days is give you strategies and building blocks to support you in making your cake business a success. I'll put it in now. I'm going off piste with my notes. I had a cake business for 20 years, but for 15 of them, I ran it the wrong way. I was the cheap cake lady. I was pulled from pillar to post by family and friends. I wasn't running it as a business. The reason I'd started a cake business was I love cakes, but I also wanted to support my young family. I was a single parent, and I needed that extra cash, but I was running it badly, and you know, I suppose it was virtually a hobby. And it wasn't until sometime later that I actually took the principles that I'd been learning in my day job as a business analyst and a strategist within the police force, actually working on projects to save 126 million in the police force. I was a business analyst and a business woman by day, but I couldn't transpose these strategies to my cake business. I was an idiot. Then I went on a few courses, then I started learning, then I started reading, and then I took my cake business apart. Absolutely took it apart and started building it from then. I suppose I woke up. What I want you to do, I've put here in big bold letters, I want you to stop being busy fools. We are. If you look at how much you are earning for the hours that you're actually working, and I mean working, you are sourcing all the ingredients for your beautiful products, your cakes, your cookies, your brownies. When you look at the time that you're cleaning your kitchen before you can start baking, look at the time you're cleaning up afterwards, turning what is normally a family kitchen into a clinical environment to make your cakes. Hopefully that you're lucky enough to have another space that you may rent or have set aside. But actually set a timer on the hours that you're actually doing and what you're making for that. And you probably realise that you'd be better off working in Aldi for, it used to be £9 something an hour, not quite sure now, but yeah, I was a busy fool. Please make sure that you're not. Actually on my Cake Boss course and my Capepreneur programme, we actually drill down into the amount of hours and the tasks and the actual revenue that you make and how you can delegate and outsource so you can actually scrunch your hours down. I actually now only work 30 hours a week. It doesn't matter when those 30 hours are, but I only work 30 hours a week. Now there's lots of tasks. I've got 3 businesses. I'm the cake business coach, I'm a lifestyle coach and general business coach, and I have another business as well. Those are all managed in 30 hours a week because the tasks that I don't have to do, I delegate out. The rest of the week I give to my parents who are disabled, and now obviously help out my daughter with who started her young family. But that's my decision at 54 years of age. That is my meaning of success. I want to make my money in just 30 hours. So I think that I am successful because I can do what I want to do with the rest of the time. And this is what I want you to look at. Success isn't mega money. Success is spending the time with your family, spending the time with loved ones, spending the time doing hobbies that you love. You've possibly got off the 9 to 5 treadmill. You may have been on maternity or paternity leave. You may have left a big corporate job or been made redundant and thought, oh, I'll start a business up working for myself. But then what you'll probably find is you get dragged into the family time by having to bake to the wee small hours. When I teach my Cake Boss course and with my Capepreneurs, we talk about cake business time as clean hours. How many clean hours where you haven't got family commitments, where you haven't got child commitments, how many clean hours can you actually give to your business? Because once you start mixing family time, looking after loved ones with running a business, you're not really succeeding. sorry to be harsh, but I'm here to help you, so I'm going to give you some harsh realities. I'm actually, hopefully, in these next 4 days, going to teach you how to say no. No to family and friends. Family and friends, if you've been on my Cake Boss course and you're one of my Catepreneurs, you will know that family and friends are one of your biggest barriers to you being a success in the cake business. They'll floor you. Can you just make us a cake for so-and-so's birthday? Well, when we're talking about hours when you can actually be productive, if you're taking time out to make cheap cakes, cookies, brownies for families and friends, you're not concentrating on your business. I mean, would you rock up to your uncle's garage and ask for a free MOT? Sorry, that's a crude example, but managing family and friends is one of the biggest things that you need to do on your cake business success journey. And over the next few days, we'll go into that in a bit more detail. Other barriers to success, apart from family and friends, are your own mindset. You're not good enough. Oh, I can't charge that price. Nobody around here will pay that price. Over the next 4 days, I'm going to knock that out of the ballpark. Absolutely knock it out of the ballpark. I get it on every Catepreneur program that I do. And I just hit it for 6, I think, in cricket. Hit it to the boundaries. I don't play cricket, by the way. So, barriers to success, we're going to be talking about that. We're also going to be talking about attracting the right customer, your ideal cake customer. Do you know who your ideal cake customer is? Not their name, but have you drawn them? I remember when I first took a business course, they were talking about your ideal cake, your ideal business customer, actually giving them a name, drawing them, your Jane Doe or your John Doe. What do they look like? What age bracket are they in? Do they have a family? Are they married? How do they spend their leisure time? What magazines? Oh, we really drill down. And when I teach branding, we drill down even further. If you don't know who your ideal cake customer is, you're using the scattergun approach you're trying to sell to everybody. You cannot sell your cakes, your cookies, your products to just anybody. You're going to be on a loser, and that's when people will take up your time challenging you for the price on your cake. You're going to spend longer on phone calls on your price is your price. You are going to get paid your worth for your skills and for your bespoke service. So you need to know who your ideal cake customer is. And we're going to be covering that in the next 4 days. We're also going to be talking about repelling the wrong cake customer. There are cake customers that we don't want. We don't want all cake customers. And there's some cake, we don't want to attract them. We actually want to repel them. We're hopefully going to send them down the road to somebody else that will serve them, because we're worth more than some customers are willing to pay. And I'm not talking about being a stupid price. I'm talking about being paid the worth for your cakes and products. The big E, we're going to talk about pricing. We're going to talk about pricing for success. Lots of questions how do I price this? How do I price that? I've been on lots of Facebook groups, but I've had to come off the pricing ones because I want to scream every day. Somebody puts a picture of a cake up, not their cake. How much can I charge for this? Well, what you charge for something is not what somebody else will charge for it. You've got different overheads. Are you renting a kitchen? Are you using your own? Have you got people who are doing your admin or doing your social media? There is a formula that have devised for cake pricing, but there's also a mindset that goes with pricing. It's not just two-dimensional. It is an actual formula that you use, and it's about talking to the ideal customer, attracting the ideal customer, that ideal customer that will actually pay you your worth for your cakes, the actual prices that you should be demanding. So very passionate about pricing for success. I find it very easy. It's about a mindset. It's a mindset and a formula, and I'm going to give you that for free over the next 4 days. We're also going to talk about marketing and PR, two separate things. We're going to talk about social media and how to use that for marketing and PR. I'm not talking about sales, but I'm definitely going to be talking about marketing and PR. Social media, I will add that now, and I've put it in big letters here on my notes. Social media is not the only solution, and some people can step away from social media. Social media is not, it's the 21st century. You have to be there, but how you use it, don't let it be your master. There are other ways of running a successful cake business without spending every hour on social media. I assure you, we're going to be covering that as well. Yes, don't worry if you miss a day. Hopefully you'll be catching up on this video. You might be just listening to it. Friday is our catch-up. As I've said, it's Children in Need on Friday. So I'm doing quite a bit with Children in Need. So unfortunately I'm not available on Friday. But use it as your catch-up day. If you have any issues or any questions that come out of the lives, as I'm not used to doing lives, I'm used to face-to-face people in the classroom. I've developed the question post in the group. I've pinned it to the top. I'm going to check that every day because unfortunately I can't answer your DMs and I can't answer your messengers. It's just going to flood me down. So can you put any questions in the question post? As I'm doing the live, which will hopefully be tomorrow night, I will try and track the comments, but I know it's a fine art. And as I'm new to doing this lives, as I am a classroom and not a technical expert, please bear with me if I don't answer your question when you put it during the live. I'm old and technology. I'm trying to learn. I built my own website, learned how to do it. Nothing phases me. Give me a challenge and I'll take it, but I'm a bit slow. Yeah, I've put another biggie here. Please treat this like a paid course. It has got value. I probably will be turning aspects of it into a paid course in the future. There is a lot to teach. There's a lot to get through in 4 days. So please, invest in yourself, invest in your time. I'm not asking you for any money for this course at all. Just please, you owe it to yourself. You signed up, so you've signed up for something. So please do it. Hopefully the sessions won't be too long. I'm going to rattle through them quite quickly, but I'm just trying to give you an overview this evening. As I've put, show up and learn. There'll be prizes every day, and I'm announcing the big prize tomorrow. I think I better give you a little bit about myself. If I'm asking you to invest in me, in this group, by listening to what I've got to say, I think I better back it up with exactly who I am. As I say, this would have been my first live training session, so bear with me. I've been training face-to-face with my Cake Boss course for 9 years, and hopefully some of my Cake Boss ladies will be on here this evening and throughout the week. I'm going to try and get them to raise their hand up and chip in if they can. That has been an attended face-to-face course in the Midlands, in the UK, and we will be putting some more on hopefully in the summer. I've also been running my Catepreneur program for 3 years now, which has really taken some cake businesses into the entrepreneurial space. There is room at the top for really good cake businesses. There's a lot in the mediocre, but from what I can see from the people that have joined this group, there is a lot of talent out there, and there's no reason why you can't get your minds into the right space and actually take your business to the top. Treat your business like your cake business like a business. You know, you are a businessman or businesswoman and your product is cake. You're not just, oh, you're still doing your cakes. Oh, that saying drives me mad. No, I'm a businesswoman. So what to do? Yes, we produce cakes, or I produce cakes. About 2 years ago, I knew I wanted to take all the things that I did, my Catepreneur program, my Cake Boss, and all my teaching outside of the Midlands and online. Didn't know how to do it, so I've been investing myself in 2 years to take it online, and hence we've now got the Facebook group. But I haven't just popped up overnight. This has been 2 years in the making. But before I went online, I'd been writing a book for 7 years. 7 years I'd been writing my cake business book, and it wasn't going to get finished. And so I decided to invest in myself last year, and I actually sat down and I wrote myself a program with the help of my book coach, and I actually produced my book, launched it, and it became #1 bestseller on Amazon in 6 months. I wrote it in 6 months, and when we launched it, it got to Amazon #1 bestseller and knocked Mr. Gordon Ramsay off the top spot. But this book isn't how to run your cake business. This is talking about how to make your cake business a success. Even if you haven't started a cake business, that is what I'm about. Let's make it a success. I've actually got the book here. There's the back. It's probably the wrong way round. But that is my book, Cake Business Success, available on Amazon. You can download it for $2.99 on Amazon, or the paperback is available to order off Amazon. I will put the link below. Now, this is not a sales patter for my book. For God's sake, you can download it for $2.99. I'm not going to be a millionairess at download for $2.99. I wrote my book not to make money. I know that is a concept that you might not understand, but my book is not a money-making exercise. My book is so that I could get everything out of my head, my journey, how to make things a success, so that you could work your way through it at your own pace and actually wake you up. It was me giving back something. So my book, I know quite a few of you have bought it, but please, it's no good sitting beside the bed, having thumbed through the first 2 chapters. You need to read it. Even if you set yourself a plan that you're going to do a chapter a week, 2 chapters a week, please read it. It's about changing your mindset and treating your cake business as a business. So that gets the book out of the way. As I say, this is not a sales pitch for my book, and I care not that you turn up on this course having not read the book or got the book. It's not a sales pitch. I want you to take a tiny step every day to make a success of your cake business. We can't make massive leaps to making your cake business a success, and your mindset will sabotage you. So sometimes you can have a little word with yourself. I haven't done anything today. It doesn't matter. I'll do something tomorrow. But try and achieve something day in, day out. So who am I to advise you? I've been a cake biz coach for 20 years. been in the cake business for 20 years, as I say, running it the wrong way. I'm a qualified cake decorating tutor. I've taught at the College of Food in Birmingham in the Midlands, which is now University College Birmingham. An absolutely fantastic place if you've got youngsters who want to go into the business. It is brilliant. I'm now a businesswoman and entrepreneur, but I'm not a jack of all trades, master of none. I can make cakes, I can teach people about cakes, and I am a businesswoman and entrepreneur, but that didn't happen overnight. I invested in myself. I actually spent some time and money in learning. So, you know, this is the start of your journey. When I say I'm not a jack of all trades and masters of none, it's because I rely on other people to help me, and within my team that I work with Sarah Stone, absolutely phenomenal branding expert from New York. Love Sarah to death, and hopefully I'll be talking about some of the exercises that Sarah might be giving us to help with you and your cake biz success. And when I talk branding, I don't just talk about your logo and your colours. Branding is everything. Branding is your customer service. Branding is the way that you look, the way that you treat customers, your professionalism. It is mega. So Sarah Stone is my associate for branding. PR and media, I work with lots of PR and media agencies and experts, and they've come on board as in my Catepreneur programme, and they are brilliant. I've got Laura Moss, who's the accountancy and tax expert that I use. She's actually my accountant, and she helps out with the bigger programmes. I use Social Media Gurus for Pinterest, for Instagram, LinkedIn with my other business. So I'm not just a woman who makes cakes, who's gone on a bit of a journey and is professing to know the whole nuts and bolts about all these subjects. I use people so that I can help you. When I say I use them, I affiliate with them. They give me a lot of free stuff, and I work with them, and they've become friends as well. So we've got quite a diverse team behind us here at the Cake Biz Coach. It's just me fronting it, but hopefully over the 4 days we might be able to get some of them to come on camera to show you that it isn't just me. One thing that I want to say though is I hate to see people with cake businesses look at themselves as, I only make cakes, I'm a mum at home, I'm a dad at home, and I make cakes. You are a skilled, bespoke creator of an edible art. Now, I haven't just plucked that out of the air. Most of the time, the cakes or things that you're producing are bespoke. I want you, as of tonight, to start thinking of your creations as bespoke creations. There's not many places that you can go to and actually say, can you build me? If you went to a carpenter and asked them to design you a piece of furniture, you'd expect to pay to the nose. So I don't know why cake people think that they should be so cheap. You're not. You've got to start thinking of yourselves as actually skilled producers of an edible art. So, what am I going to give you tonight? The training tonight is we're going to be doing a little bit of marketing training, and I am going to put in the group this PDF I produced last year. I'm going to update it. I'm going to drop it in the group for you to use, and I'm going to be talking about lots of other marketing ideas. But tonight I think we're just going to cover marketing because I've rattled on a lot, but these are simple ways for marketing. Now, when we go on to talk about pricing, I think we're going to do pricing tomorrow night or Friday night. We're going to talk about marketing budgets. Now, it doesn't matter if you set yourself a budget or a target of £5 a month. Make it a challenge. But you must have a marketing budget for your own sanity, for your own sake. Having a marketing budget helps you when the phone rings and you get offered this absolutely fantastic deal of being the local cake supplier aligned to a wedding business, and you're going to be featured in their magazine that they give to every bride that comes into the shop, and you've been chosen as our local cake supplier to be the one and only in this cake magazine, and it's only going to cost you, yeah, I've fallen down that trap, seem to be telling you a little bit too much detail. If you've got a marketing budget, you know that you haven't got the money to spend on that magazine. You also need to ask, who was the last person who advertised? How many referrals did they get from this magazine? Can I actually speak to them? So can I actually ring them up and say, you got some referrals from this magazine? If you did, actually, how many of those did convert into sales? And what was your expenditure, compared to what you actually got? Now, in business terms, we talk about customers, customer acquisition cost. You actually buy customers. There is a theory that you buy customers. There was a business coach that I know, Mr. Sugars, Brad Sugars. He's got books, and I've read Brad Sugars quite a while ago, and I think it was Brad that talked about a cake shop. Now, this cake shop spent £60 a month advertising in the local newspaper. I think it was £60 a month or £60 a week, advertising in the local newspaper. Come to Diana's Delicious Creations, High Street, Birmingham. We sell beautiful cakes. So when this business expert went in to try and help this guy that had got the cake shop, he said, okay, you're spending £60 a month. How many customers do you get back from that £60 spend? And the cake business owner said, well, I haven't got a clue how many customers I get. And he said, well, why don't you know? He said, well, I don't ask. There's something I can't measure. So he suggested to him, why don't you put an advert in the paper, just one, saying that every customer that comes in gets a free chocolate eclair. And the business owner said, well, not a chocolate eclair. A chocolate eclair, pluck a cost from the air. A chocolate eclair costs £3. Well, if you get a customer in that's going to have a free chocolate eclair or a free cookie or something like that, you can see how many customers come in, and you can see what you're actually spending on your advert and on the customer. When the customer comes in, they can actually see what value you are giving, and they probably spend on average another couple of quid, up to 10 quid, whilst they're in the shop as well. Actually giving something out, actually drawing the customers into the shop gets them to know about you, and that is actually a valuable spend. But it's quite a complex issue, customer acquisition cost. But when you're advertising, even if you just advertise in a magazine and you spend £60 a month, if you just get one customer from that advert, that customer has cost you £60 to buy. If you get 10 customers from that advert, that customer has cost you £6 to buy. And that's how you can quantify how well your marketing budget is being used. But that's quite complex, and that's what we go into on the Capepreneur programme. But what I'm asking you to do a challenge to you is set yourself a marketing budget so that when these magazines ring up with these fantastic offers, you can say, no, my marketing budget is this. Now, if you'd wanted to spend in a magazine that was like that, you would be ringing them. Do not get your chain pulled by reacting to these phone calls. Now, some mugs do. I did it twice. I had another one rang up. They were going to put a magazine at the end of the cash desks at Sainsbury's, and every customer that came in was going to pick up this magazine in my local Sainsbury's, which was very busy, and my advert for Cake Maker, the only cake maker in the area, was going to be in there. Fantastic, I paid. Went into Sainsbury's looking for the magazines, and then right next to where the where you donate the dog and cat food for the local dog and cat's home, right next to that was a collapsed box with magazines at the corner. They weren't at the end of the till. They weren't being given to every customer, and they were just lying there. I'd been done again. I'd wasted my money. So that's marketing budgets. So the task tonight, I am going to put it in the comments, or I will actually put it in a post. I think the task tonight is Google. What I want you to do is to go onto your phone, and I want you to go onto Google, hit your Google button, and what I want you to type into Google is birthday cakes. Now, what will come up is birthday cakes near me. Now, if you use your phone quite a lot, use your partner's, son's, daughter's, friend's phone, and when you're sitting in where your cake business is, because you could be like me, where I make my cakes is one area, where I actually sell my cakes is somewhere else. But where your cake business area is, sit there, type in birthday cakes or wedding cakes if you specialise in wedding cakes. Now, what will pop up will be birthday cakes or wedding cakes near me. And if you scroll up a bit, you will see who are the top 10 suppliers. Some of them will be the supermarkets, Waitrose, Sainsbury's, Marks and Spencer's, places like that. But have a look who comes up, will be possibly your competitors. See who comes up in your area. But if you don't come up, you haven't dropped your pin in Google Places. Now, it used to be called Google Places. I think it's called Google Business now. Now, of the 6 businesses that I've done a free one-to-one with on the last 8 days, apart from the one in France, none of them came up with a Google pin. I searched in their area for them on Google and they didn't come up. I mean, for God's sake, my daughter was looking for a painter and decorator today to come and do her house. Straight onto Google, painter and decorator near me. I think it's 80% of the public use the phone and Google to search for things they want. So if you're not there in their area, you're missing a trick. It's a biggie. So the challenge tonight is, if you have dropped your Google pin in, that's fine. But go onto Google Places or Google Business, drop your pin in, and Google will send you a code through the post, and then you'll enter that code onto Google Places. It takes about 4 weeks, and you will then be searchable. But also look who else is on there near you and what pictures they've got up. Do those pictures look inviting? Are they pictures of the road? Make sure that Google Places is a brilliant shop window for you. So that is my challenge. If you haven't dropped a pin in on Google Places, you are not searchable on Google. And 80% of people just go on their phones and look for what they want on Google. So the challenge tonight is Go onto Google Places. If you, I will put the challenge up in a post. Go onto Google Places. If you have already got a Google pin and you are searchable on there, in the comments for the challenge, please put your business name, Diana's Delicious Cakes, that's not the name of my cake business, and then put a heart emoji next to it. If you haven't got a Google pin or Google Places, you've got 22 hours to do it on this challenge. Put your cake business name on the comment thread and actually put a tick emoji next to it. So I will be looking for the hearts and looking for the ticks. I'm challenging you to put your Google pin in the next 24 hours. So I'm going to put a post up for today's challenge, your Google business place, your Google pin. Just go on, fill it out, send off for your code. Have a look at who's supplying cakes in the area. Have a look at what their USP is. Have a look, have they got a USP, unique selling point? Are they offering eggless? Are they offering gluten-free? Are they offering vegan? Is there anybody who's actually niching down by just doing naked cakes? Is there anybody that's niching down by doing eggless? Have a look. Have a bit of a ferret around in your local area. Have a look what your competitors are doing. If you read the book, the competitors in your area are your friends. They're not your enemies. But do have a look what they're doing and see whether you can outbrand them with your pictures, with your photographs, with your offerings. So that is the challenge for tonight. Go on to Google Places. Tomorrow night we are going to be doing another challenge, which I was going to give you the name, but I think I'll leave it for tomorrow night because it's quite funny actually. It's quite a funny challenge, but it is a real effective challenge. One more thing I'm going to give you is Yell.com. Yellow Pages is still alive and kicking for those of you that are in the UK. With Yell.com, you can have a free entry there. That is a free brochure. Put as many of your statement cakes and your services on Yell.com. And also Free Index. That is another version of Yell.com. Put an entry on there as well, where you can get a print of something, an impression of you and your business anywhere for free. Grab it with both hands. Grab it with both hands. Just going to rattle through the rest of this marketing PDF, but I will within the next 12 hours. I'm going to tweak it a little bit. I'm going to post it on the files in the group. There's going to be a lot of files this week posted for you to use, absolutely free. Another good thing, another good tip tonight for marketing is team up with somebody in the wedding industry, local florist, local dress shop. Hopefully my friend Lisa, who's got a wedding dress shop, is looking tonight. I've already name dropped Laura. But if you're home based, you haven't got a shop window, this is all in the book. You haven't got a shop window, so every chance you get to actually showcase who you are and how good you are, please use. Go and talk to your local wedding shop and see whether you can make some cakes, some dummies to complement their displays in the window. If you can't do that for free, how about hiring a space in the window? How about having a cabinet and displaying some of your dummies in their wedding shop and coming to some arrangement about the wedding shop owner getting the cut from it? Exactly the same with the florist. Where do brides and grooms go? They go to the florist, they go to the wedding, they go to the wedding dress place. We're not talking about going to wedding fairs, which might cost them £25. A small rent of space in the window. You're looking for a shop window, so use it. there's no use putting your cakes in a hardware store, because the demographic of people that you're trying to sell to your ideal cake customer are possibly not people that are going into the DIY shop, even though I love a really good rummage around one. So any chance you get to showcase your cakes, use with somebody who's got the same customer as you, use it. Put up poster campaign. You know, with the selling times like Christmas, Valentine's, Mother's Day and Easter, brilliant time for put up a poster campaign. I used to challenge my son and daughter and my partner, mum and dad, sisters, brothers. Used to make posters and go round the local industrial estates. Used to go into the big industrial estates with the tower blocks on there, you know, the commerce ones, the IT centres, and ask them, go and see the receptionist, would you mind putting these in the staff rooms on all the floors, or the kitchens on all the floors, and it get, you know, treat your loved one to a hand tied bow box of cupcakes, ring this number and we'll get it delivered to the office downstairs. You know, it was, you've got a whole building possibly full of men, particularly in the IT, unfortunately, arena, who you know, if you could deliver those orders so that they could grab it when they were leaving work, so they don't have to go off hunting for it. What a great place to put the posters up in the kitchen. Used to give those out to family and friends and say, right, poster challenge, put a code on the bottom, asking them to state the code when they ordered, and whoever won the challenge, I used to give them a little prize. With the kids, it was normally money, which broke my marketing budget. But, you know, use any opportunity, any idea, think outside of the cake box. Hairdressers as well. If you've got a really upmarket hairdresser in your area that you're serving, pop in there, just go and have a bit of a blow dry. It used to be about 12 quid just to pop in for a blow dry. Hairdressers are fantastic. They love a freebie as well, you know, a few little cakes. Drop some cards in there on the desk, drop some leaflets in there. Barbers, absolutely, barbers. Just before Valentine's, get some leaflets in the barber shop. Go into the barbers, just take him or her, a few cupcakes. But look at where your customers are going. Look at where your ideal customers are going to go. The upmarket bargain, the male grooming sector is growing everywhere around. You can see these male grooming parlours. Those are brilliant for us cake makers. Have you got leaflets in there? Have you got posters in there? Have you got a relationship with the barber, male or female? You know, do they know where you are? And finally, being conscious of time. If you've read my book, if you're one of my Cake Boss students or Capepreneurs, you know I hate wedding fairs with a passion. And if we have got time in the next 4 days, I will talk about why. But school fetes, particularly in the summer, love them. Always cheap to have a table. Take your dummies, not unnecessarily selling cakes. When you go to a school fete, whether it's £5 or £10, what you're doing is you're actually marketing yourself. You're standing there in your whites. You've probably just got a little tiny bit of nibbles at the front and some get people up. You want to get known. You want to be known in the area for what you do. So school fetes are a PR. They're not a selling, but somebody at a school fete might say, oh, know somebody who's a wedding. So that's it. I'm going to put this PDF in the group. Lots more to say. I'm getting hoarse, and everybody's tired. Hope you've enjoyed tonight. Really excited about tomorrow night. Pray to whatever deity that may exist that we can go live tomorrow night on Facebook. I'm really looking forward to Friday, Saturday and Sunday, and hopefully it'll be a bit more, Saturday and Sunday, I'm not coming in, it'll be a bit more interactive. Love to have interacted with you tonight, but anyway, get yourselves off to bed, or if it's in the morning, get them cakes in the oven. See you soon.